Across the galaxy, the name human carries a weight that few species dare to ignore. It's whispered with a mixture of fear and fascination in council chambers, among starship crews, and on distant worlds. For most intelligent species in the Galactic Alliance, their knowledge of the universe is vast and orderly. Centuries of exploration and diplomacy have created a delicate balance, a web of treaties and understandings that ensure survival and coexistence. Yet, even within this structured network, the emergence of humanity has sent shockwaves through the cosmos. To the average alien citizen, the stories of humans are almost mythological. They are described as creatures born on a hostile world that should have crushed them long ago. Earth, their home, is not a haven of peace like the worlds of many Alliance members. It is a planet of extremes, raging storms, blistering deserts, frozen wastelands, and dense jungles teeming with predators. Against all odds, humans didn't just survive, they thrived. They adapted in ways that defied logic, evolving into creatures of remarkable versatility and relentless determination. The Galactic Alliance had observed Earth for centuries, watching its species grow from scattered tribes to industrial civilizations. For a time, humanity's progress was seen as unremarkable. They were primitive compared to species that had reached the stars thousands of years earlier. But what set humanity apart, even then, was their peculiar resilience. Every setback, natural disasters, disease, internal wars, seemed to fuel their advancement rather than impede it. While other species relied on technology to shield themselves from hardship, humans used adversity as a crucible, forging strength from chaos. By the time humanity ventured beyond their atmosphere, they had already achieved what many species considered improbable. Their early spacecraft were fragile and rudimentary by galactic standards, yet humans navigated the void with an audacity that astounded even the most advanced observers. They did not fear the unknown. They embraced it, often recklessly. To the Galactic Alliance, this recklessness was unsettling. It hinted at a mindset alien to their principles of caution and stability. When humanity's existence became a topic of official discussion within the Alliance, opinions were divided. Some saw them as a potential ally, a species with untapped potential that could contribute to the galaxy's collective knowledge. Others viewed them as a threat, an unpredictable force that could destabilize the carefully maintained order. And then, there were those who believed humanity was simply too young and insignificant to matter. But even these skeptics couldn't ignore the growing whispers. Scattered reports from fringe explorers painted an alarming picture. Human outposts on the edges of known space were defended with ferocity far beyond what their limited resources should allow. Encounters with human vessels revealed strategies that defied conventional logic. Humans did not fight like other species. They adapted mid-battle, using ingenuity and instinct to turn defeats into victories. They lacked the refinement of galactic warfare, but what they possessed instead was raw, terrifying willpower. As these stories spread, one sentiment began to take hold. Humanity was not to be underestimated. Even before formal first contact, the galaxy began to understand that humans were something different, something dangerous. And though the Galactic Alliance had yet to fully grasp the truth, they were already uneasy. Humanity wasn't just another species. They were an anomaly, a question mark in a galaxy that valued predictable answers. The galaxy didn't need another failed contact to spread the legend of humanity. The stories that followed were enough. They spoke of resilience, ingenuity, and a terrifying refusal to accept defeat, qualities that set humans apart from every other species in the Galactic Alliance. The first story came from the Eriksons, a species renowned for their survival instincts. They had colonized a planet in a star system notorious for its harsh environment, violent storms, toxic atmospheres, and volatile geological activity. When humans arrived, the Eriksons watched with quiet skepticism. Surely, no other species could endure such conditions, let alone thrive. But humanity surprised them. In less than a year, humans established a colony in the system. They worked tirelessly, adapting to the challenges with a determination that defied reason. Where the Eriksons used advanced shielding technology to insulate themselves, humans employed a mix of ingenuity and brute effort. They built structures that withstood the storms, engineered systems to filter the air, and even found ways to harness the planet's volatile energy for power. The Eriksons could only watch in stunned silence. For them, survival was about caution. For humans, it was about conquest. Another story came from the Torvin Collective, whose fleets encountered a human vessel drifting in deep space. The ship was battered, its systems failing, and its crew on the brink of death. By all logic, they should have perished. But the Torvins discovered something extraordinary. The humans had used every available resource to keep their ship functional. They had repurposed life support systems, patched hull breaches with makeshift materials, and created rudimentary but effective tools out of seemingly nothing. When the Torvins finally rescued them, they asked why the humans hadn't sent out a distress signal. The humans simply replied, "We didn't think anyone would come." Then there were the battles. Humanity's encounters with hostile forces became infamous, not because of their firepower. Many species had better weapons, but because of their tactics. In one conflict, a human fleet was outnumbered and outgunned by the Kryth, a warrior species that prided itself on dominance. The humans, instead of retreating, used their ships as decoys, baiting the Kryth into an asteroid field. They detonated their fuel reserves, creating a chain reaction that obliterated the Kryth fleet. To the galaxy, this wasn't just clever, it was terrifying. Humans didn't just fight to win. They fought as if survival was the only option. But the most unsettling stories were those about humanity's emotional resilience. The Zarnak, a telepathic species, made the mistake of trying to manipulate a group of human prisoners. They delved into their minds, seeking to exploit their fears and weaknesses. What they found instead was chaos, an overwhelming storm of memories, emotions, and sheer willpower. The Zarnak couldn't handle it. They described humanity's minds as uncontainable, driven by an intensity that bordered on madness. The humans escaped shortly after, using the confusion they had caused as a weapon. These stories spread quickly, painting humans as more than just survivors. They were a force of nature, unpredictable, unstoppable, and terrifyingly adaptable. To the Galactic Alliance, they were not merely a new species but an entirely new category of existence. Humans didn't survive because they were stronger or smarter than others. They survived because they refused to accept anything less.